Joe is here at last, and so the race van mission was on. It's not a sad story anymore, it's like a victory.
Catch up with her earlier, guys. This is Katy Winton.
I'm just delighted to be here and make a start on this new adventure. Oh,
Oh. Yeah, I got a toe. Alright, push up that walking track.
yeah. Okay, anything you want me to look at in particular? It was less bumpy. Okay, good luck. So it's the first day of the second race, and we've got one pro stage, and the heavens have just decided to open. Quite ominous behind me. It's actually raining harder back where I'm staying, and the pedal doesn't seem too bad, and I'm getting a wee bit too hot in this jacket, so that's all good signs. The stage is pretty blown out in practice. Probably could have done with a wee bit of rain, but I'm not sure how much is going to have actually got through the trees, so we'll just have to wait and see. But at least we got one race in that was dry and nice. So I've just done the first stage of the second race, and I didn't do it very well. Just riding really stiff, making stupid mistakes, not really riding very committed. There was a lot of slippy routes, that, you know, it was those mixed conditions where it's not all soaking wet but it's not all dry either, and they're just really difficult to read, and I was lacking a bit of commitment. And coming here with this new setup and everything, there's a lot of hurdles that come along with that because everything's different, and you've got to, you know, let go of the past and see the old setup and go, okay, yep, I'll let that go. And you know, so there's a lot of processing that's done, and to hold it together for one race was like a monumental effort for me, and I did it, and I'm really happy with what I did. And today, the strength that you need to do that, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally, is a lot, and I'm just running a little bit low today on that. I needed to do a race, and then, you know, on the world stage, and then have a bit of a break, and then come back to it again, not do two in 1 week. But we're here, and we made a good start, and if we have a bit of a wobble at this one, that's okay. You know, I've been through enough this winter as it is, and you know, one bad stage isn't the end of the day. I've got 4 more stages to do tomorrow, so that'll be fine.
You didn't record a post-race interview after Canazei. What happened?
Well, basically the second race in Canazei, I was an absolutely broken woman. I'd held it together all winter. I got to the first race of the season, I'd got through it, I'd came 6th, and I just went poof, like it just exploded. I did the first pro stage, and the conditions were so difficult, and I had just no capacity, like absolutely nothing left to go again. And when the conditions are like that, you need to be brave, you need to put yourself out there, and I wasn't able to do that. The next day was a new day, and I came in with fresh eyes, but I was a goner. I was an absolute goner. At the time you don't know because you're just getting on with it, you're just in survival mode and cracking on, but that's probably the most heartbreaking performance I've ever done, because it was a success because I gave everything I had on the day. That was my absolute best on the day. What was heartbreaking was it was just so far from what I know I can do, so far from what I trained to perform like. The sort of pinnacle of it was I was coming down the final stage, which was like a 14-minute stage or something. I was coming down towards the end of that stage and Noga Karim overtook me. So she put 30 seconds into me and I just was like, oh man, you know, you used to race Noga, you know, you'd jostle for positions with Noga, and she's just put 30 seconds into you on that stage. So I carried on to the finish, and then when I came across the line, I saw Hattie in the Trek kit just on the hot seat, and those two events at the end of a day when your emotions are high made me lose all perspective, and all I saw was just everything I'd lost just kind of hit me all at once, and it feels like that was like the beginning of the end. That was me going, oh my gosh, I can't believe everything I've gone through. I can't believe I've got here. I'm not with Trek anymore. You know, all of those things. But it was kind of like the beginning of a grieving process, and I think that's part of any situation where you're doing something different, doing something new. You grieve the old thing, but then once you've done that, you can move on. And so, although it was heartbreaking and painful at the time, it has stood me in much better stead now, because that was me really starting this new chapter. Nice bag of ripped.
Blowout.
Oh, it was all going so well.
I don't know. Tidy van. We're on the way to Thuile. We've had a bit of a debrief after Canazei, been to Lake Garda, and then we did some fun riding in Pila just to get the vibes going good. I was happy with it.
And we didn't have a shower, so how did you wash?
Oh, I found a wee creek, nothing I'm not used to.
Nothing you're not used to, but there was a family that wasn't so used to it. He was just walking by, just got quite the sight and wanted a photo of the mountain man giving himself a wee wash. I didn't wash in the creek, I washed in a grey wash basket, filled it up with some water and sponged myself clean. But we're on the way to some accommodation, thankfully, with showers, Wi-Fi, electricity so we can charge. So after arriving pretty late to Canazei, the day before practice, we're here a bit earlier. It's Sunday, charts got released last night. As you can see, it is pretty gross, raining a lot, quite wet, and we're just walking some tracks to check out what's going on, and so far, looking real good. Technical, dirt's mint, there's a lot more rock in the dirt than there was in Canazei. A bit more my kind of tech than Canazei was, a bit more gravity involved, just more established tracks, so they should hold up a little bit better, a bit more ridden in. I'm quite excited actually.
What are we up to?
Well, it's Tuesday,
Tuesday.
the day before practice, and it's absolutely hammering down outside. It's been going for quite a few hours, but now it's really intense. For a while it wasn't looking like it would be getting through the trees because it's rained the past couple of days and we've been walking and it's not made much difference. It's still been quite dry, but that is definitely getting through the trees. I've just been organising our logistics for post-race scenario, getting home. I've booked a vaccine, first one in Morzine, and just currently emptying my head of all other things that we have to take care of so I can just focus on racing. We waited until all the rain went off because it was absolutely hammering still this morning, and now it's lovely, such blue skies, and we're gonna hit the trails.
First day of practice in the trail done. How are you feeling?
Feeling good? Yep. Trails are awesome. They were super wet this morning. It basically rained overnight and all day this morning. Just took a wee bit to get into it, just getting into the rhythm of things, and then the end of the day was absolutely awesome. Just building confidence and finding the grip over the routes and stuff like that. And we've got a slightly different schedule than we thought tomorrow, just because there's a storm rolling in. So yeah, it's hopefully going to get it in the dry, which would be nice. So yeah. Finished the first round in Thuile. We've cleaned the bikes. Neither of us, well, you know what you did.
Averagely.
Averagely, but you laid it all down today.
Pretty much, yeah. Had a go. The pace is hot here, hotter than what I had to offer, but we'll try and step it up for the second round.
I just was trying to enjoy myself. I didn't have a very good first stage. I didn't have good vibes, and then I turned it around and just thought, I'm in a lovely place, just enjoy riding your bike.
So lovely.
So look how lovely it is. And then just found a bit more groove because the trails started to actually go down the hill more, and apart from pile driving a tree and smashing my shoulder and flipping over the bars on a corner, I've had a good time. It's been nice. And now we're going to go and eat some food. They've given us this little bag filled with treats straight after the finish, so we're feeling very looked after. We've cleaned the bikes, we're going to get in, get dry, and have a Coke. We raced the pro stage and it was straight back to get the bikes clean. Luckily we had no issues with the bikes, so we just had to clean them, and then they were ready to go for the next day. And then just sort ourselves out. It's quite different to the team life I was used to, where I would just come back, hand my bike to a mechanic, they'd sort it out, and someone had my dinner on the table. No complaints though, Joe and I are a really good team. That's us having dinner. We've got a fairly dialed setup with the fried rice. It takes no time at all with the two of us chipping in, and now we get to chill out, eat the food, refuel, ready to go again tomorrow.
Yeah, Katy! Going well. How was your day?
Oh, at the time of my life, for the first 3 stages, just enjoying myself. I mean, when you're just running your own program, you may as well just enjoy it, to be honest. So I screwed up quite a lot in the last stage, but yeah, sun was out, there's pizza, can't complain.
What happened on the last stage then?
I crashed in the same place I crashed the last time, and then I just messed up the climb and I had to run up it, and I was like, what are you doing? And then Ella was catching me down the bottom and I was panicked because I was like, I need to get her away, but there was nowhere for me to go, so I should have just kept going. And yeah.
Happy with the week?
Yeah, we're just building, and I'll be back in the second half of the season, hopefully with found my feet a little bit more and yeah, more competitive, where I want to be.
I camped here in a tent for 3.5 months.
So we made it back to the glory of Scotland. I won a race yesterday.
Just arrived in Samwell.
Morgan Share to the rescue!
Ah, she's inside! Trick for young budding chefs.
We've arrived at French Enduro Champs. We're feeling all about over debt.
Looking for the vlog.